Hi, Mr. Johns. I'm Pat Cherubini. I'm the director of Mission Classified. I'm responding to you because I think my son Chase sent you an email touching some things with your website. Want to know if you know about some competition and things like that. Chase is my son. He works with me. We're going to show you right now some things that I think you can do to help improve your website. Not going to be selling you anything. I'm just sharing this with you. Just something that I do, try to help some people out. So obviously, this is your website. First thing I notice is I like it. It's clean. It's very easy to navigate. The one thing that I would say you would need on this website is more content. I look through it. You only have about 10 pages of different things. I know when you go into like interior remodeling, you have a paragraph about each of your services. Google shows things to people when people are looking for you based on what your site's about, the content of it, the pictures, the videos, the words. And if your page only has, one sentence on bathroom remodeling, then there's a very slim chance that if somebody in your area that's looking for a bathroom remodeler, it's a very slim chance they're going to show your site because there's just not that much information on it. It used to be, if you build it, they will come. There just wasn't that many, but there are so many people that are doing so much more. And if you're not willing to do a little bit more, you can't really expect to get much more. But other than that, I like it. Everything seems to be uniquely written. Probably, would be a good thing to put a little bit more information about you yourself. People buy from people. It's a lot of the reasons I do my videos face to face, so you can at least see me, hear me talking. It's the first step in getting to know somebody. So that's something you might look at. The other thing I check when I look through these things is I grab it and I shrink it down. And this is what's called responsive. And I can see how your site doesn't respond by the size of my screen here. So if I shrink it all the way down, it doesn't really change everything. I can't read anything. I'd have to scroll all over the place. That's one of the things that you should probably look at. I know you're using Wix and your site is mobile friendly through Wix, but that's one thing. And when I check, you can go to, there's a Google mobile friendly test. I typed in your name and it says it's mobile friendly, which is a good thing because if it's not, Google won't even show you anymore. Google is mobile first. If you're not mobilely friendly, they won't even show you most of the time. But yours is mobile friendly, but as you can see, let me jack this up a little bit. I looked it up on on my phone too. This is what it looks like. It's really hard to read. Front and center should be your phone number and your email address, all your contact information, because if somebody's on the phone and they want to give you a call, you need to make it as easy as possible. So I would get into Wix or whoever had that site designed for Wix, change that around, make that a little bit better, go to your own phone and make sure it's easy to read. So as far as Google is concerned, when I look at your site, I actually put in your name of your company and your address to see what comes up. And this over here is what I'm looking for, which that's a good thing. Your site comes up second. You have some other things listed where you're coming up. But this right here is from what's called your Google My Business page. Google used to do this automatically. Now they'll send you a postcard asking you to verify your location. I can tell that you have been verified because you have some little bit of information and you have a few photos in here. The only thing that I can tell you that you need to do differently is you just need to put more. If you go in there, you're listed as a general contractor, which is fine. Usually there's about 5 or 6 other things that they'll let you put in there as far as categories go. And I don't know right off the top of my head, but remodeling, construction, anything that has anything to do with what you do, that will help Google show you for those search terms. So you may not show up very well for kitchen remodeler because there's nothing in your Google page that talks about it. And there's only one sentence on your front page that talks about it. So that's another thing that you can do. It's free. You can do it yourself. Just jump in there, log in with whatever you logged in before with your Google, your Gmail account, or whatever it was, and add as much as you can. You can even add a description in your Google page up to, I think it's like 1,000 words. In all those words, you need to talk about bathroom remodeling, roofing, gutters, whatever you do. the more times it's mentioned in there, the better chance you'll have to show up. So I went to Google and I searched up kitchen remodeling Cincinnati just to see what shows up. I know you're in Kentucky, just on the other side of the river, but I'm sure most of the people live right in that area inside 275, and that's probably what you're looking to get. That's where the majority of the population is. So I'm just going to use Cincinnati, and that's kind of how I found you first. When we first found you, it was looked like who was it? Construction Solutions was your main competitor. It's just who showed up first. That's who we picked. I've seen quite a few other ones, but I'm going to bounce around here. I hope I don't make you sick. So this is what's called your Google Maps. This is what shows up. Now, it probably looks different for you because you are actually in that area. I'm up past Columbus, so I'm not in the Cincinnati area, but it's showing me who Google thinks I want to see, which are, remodeling. I see he's listed as bathroom remodeler, kitchen remodeler, kitchen remodeler. That tells me that there are those categories in your Google page. You need to add those. But I'm seeing Luvon, and I click this more places, and it'll show me all of the kitchen remodelers in the area. And as I went down through here, you're not one of them. They're not even showing you. And then down here, these sections are what we call organic listings. It's just what Google shows. And this is what, you probably get phone calls all the time. I can rank you number one. Right here's number one. This is what they're talking about when they're talking about ranking you. It's putting you in this organic section. And right here is Neil's. You probably know who they are. They seem to be a pretty good size. But you're not in there again. And if I went in, I even did a little test. I think I did this. Take out Cincinnati and put in actually Fort Wright, Kentucky, which is exactly where you are. It looks like you're probably running out of your house, which is fine. That's what I do. But even if I'm looking specifically for kitchen remodeling, Fort Wright, Kentucky, again, you're not showing up in the maps. You're not showing up. Neil's is there again. I went through here. You don't show up until page 4, and you're not showing up anywhere on the map. So that tells me you need to do a little bit of work on that stuff to get showing up. Just generic Cincinnati remodeling. The ads on top. Then you got Luvon and Kessler and Neil's. Those three seem to be like the big boys in the area. Kessler's showing up. Neil's showing up. And again, you're not. So to be helped with that, you can add more content, build a lot more content into your Google My Business page. That'll help a lot. And then now I'm going to go through a couple of competitors that we talked about. Construction Solutions, their site is fine. They have a little bit more information. They do have a services page, which is good, and they have a page about each service they do. I suggest that's something you might want to look at. And then also doing a blog. Now, I realize this takes time. Not everybody's a writer, but you can hire writers. And they're talking about basically what their services are. And if you think about, why this shows up as a Cincinnati remodeler, or even this, they're doing chimney repair. Right here they're talking about Cincinnati. Cincinnati's mentioned again. They're talking about chimneys. They got a picture of chimney. That lets Google know that this article on this website is relevant to Cincinnati, and it's about chimney repair. So they have a really good chance of, if somebody types in chimney repair Cincinnati, they could show up because of this page. And that's really basically how Google works. You got to have the content. They can't just assume that you do chimney repair. I'm not saying you do or don't. I'm just saying, in this instance, they're seeing that they do it because they write about it. Kessler's the other one. He's got a really nice site, lots of pictures. They could be clearer. And he has a lot more. He's listing his services here. If you don't talk about millwork installation and you do that, yeah, it has to be on your website. You have to talk about it. And there should be, pages, blog posts, articles. Using your Twitter, your Facebook, your Google Plus, all that stuff helps. That's all stuff that can be done. Again, they have services page talking about everything they do. Here's Lou Vaughn. He has lots of pictures. He's got a really nice site too. Scheduling a consult. He bases his on the portfolios, but he has lots of articles and lots of content, I should say, talking about it. It's pretty slow. So this is the one that seems to me like he's getting the most business in your area. Now, I don't know if it's, it looks like he's a little bit more of a design center, which I know might be a little bit different than what the normal, general contractor or home remodeler does. But, that's where he's getting a lot of traffic from. And he has a lot of information. Not necessarily saying you need to do everything he's doing, but just me being on the outside, this is somebody that I think should be emulated if you want to gain some traction. He has, the ideas, the showrooms, but here's where he's getting a lot of traction. It's from his blog. He is posting at least a blog post a week and has been for a while. And if you go down here and you look at, he has 81 posts about kitchens and kitchen remodeling. And as this comes up here, apologize for the wait when I'm videotaping. My computer gets really slow. But this is all listed in the kitchen category. Those don't look like kitchens. Well, I must have clicked on the wrong thing. But as you can see down here, he has 8 articles about laundry rooms, 81 about kitchens, 18 different posts just about home remodeling, flooring, fireplaces. He has hundreds, looks like over 100, a couple of hundred at least, different articles with pictures talking about the services he does. So this compare, 81 articles about kitchens compared to your 1 sentences about kitchens. And I'm not trying to knock you. I know I offend some people sometimes, but I'm just telling you, they have a lot more content. They have a lot more chances of being shown and somebody finding them and contacting them. So this here is a tool that I use to look at all the technical stuff, the SEO side of it. It's called SEMrush. It's something that you can use for free. It'll show you a little bit of what I'm doing. But ronjohnsconstruction.com, I type this in, and it's going to show me what kind of traffic you're getting and how much that traffic is worth. So according to them, and this is not 100%, but everything being equal, it's a pretty good gauge. You're getting about 4 people a month to your website. So through searching your website. Now I know you may be getting more of people that already know who you are and type that in, which is great. But for the people that are your potential customers, your leads, they're not going to find you. There's only about 4 people a month that are even finding your website. And basically here it comes down, it's a 0. You're not getting anything. This shows your traffic here since January of 11. This line here is 10 per month. You've only been over 10 per month a couple of times, and ever since whenever that was, looks like June of 2015, you've been down pretty low. So your site has never really gotten a lot of traffic from what it looks like. And to reiterate, Google will give you traffic by having the content on your site, whether you're mobile or not. And there are hundreds of different reasons, but these are the 3 or 4 main ones. Having the content, being mobile, you need to have what's called citations, that go along with that map. You need to be listed on a whole bunch of directories like Yellow Pages and Yelp and Facebook. All those help. And then the main big thing is links. And to me, that's the most powerful thing. If you don't have the links pointing back to your site, then nobody is talking about your site. So this here, they call them backlinks, and they're links that go back to your site. You have 28 backlinks, which isn't bad. But when you look a little deeper here, from referring domains, 1. So you only have one website, really, is what it's saying, pointing back to you, which in Google's eyes really means one link. So you're not getting any traffic, you don't have any content, and you don't have any links. So those are 3 big things. And I'm going to compare you to CSHI Cincinnati, the Construction Solutions is what that was. They're getting about 39 people per month. They're valuing their traffic at about $124. What that means is, if you spent money on ads, you could get about 39 people for $124. They have 9 backlinks from 5 different domains. They have basically 5 links, which is a little bit better. And you can see their traffic down here. They've been non-existent until September. They jumped to 22 that month, and then last month. So far this month, they've got 39. So either they have just released a new website or they're working with an SEO now. Their traffic has jumped, which probably explains why they're the ones that I initially targeted, that Chase, my son, initially targeted as your competitor, because they were the ones that were showing up, and I'm not sure what we were looking at that time, but they showed up. So it looks to me like they've changed something and now are starting to get a little bit of traffic. Now, Kessler Construction is the next one I'm going to look at. They're getting about 61 people a month last month. Their costs, they're saying they're getting about $1,000 worth of traffic. That's just a nominal number based on how much traffic they're getting compared to what it would cost to buy it. They have 20 links coming from 12 different domains, which is getting better. And then here you can see their traffic. They had pretty good traffic for a while back in 2012, and then they dropped, and then they dropped basically to 0 for the past couple of years. And now they're on the rise back up. They're up over 50. There's 61 people a month. That happens a lot when somebody gets penalized by Google. If they have a cheap SEO guy working on things, building a bunch of links that aren't real, eventually Google catches up and penalizes you, which just means they won't show you anymore. So it looks like that's what happened to them. And then last but not least is Neil's. And this is more or less for your comparison. They're getting 945 people a month to their site, which is worth about $1,500. They have 89 backlinks coming from 42 different places. That's the diversity of links that helps Google think they're more legit than everybody else, because they have a ton of blog posts. They have a lot more links from a lot different places, and they're ranking for a lot of things in result of that. Here is their overall traffic. And on this graph, I don't know if you can see it, this first line here is 1,000 people a month. So they have been up over 1,000 people a month every month for over the past year and a half, almost 2 years. So the amount of business that they are probably getting from that, and I'm sure you know way better than me what a remodeling job is worth to you. That's where the balance comes in. They're getting a lot more leads in and more than likely closing a lot more business. Again, I don't know if they're exactly your competitor, but I'm just showing you what's out there. They rank for a lot of different things. They have a lot of backlinks, and it's something that you need to start working on. So as I said, I'm not going to try to sell you anything, but I'm going to tell you what you need to do. You need to get more and better content on your website. You need to make it a little bit better on your mobile so it's easier to read, easier to get to you. You need some more, so you need to do more Facebook, social, all the stuff that you hear about all the time. It's all stuff that needs to be done. And then you need to get more links. And you can do this by press releases, blogs, forums, asking friends if they have websites to give you a link back to your website. And then the final thing is you need reviews on your Google page. And if you go here, you have 0 reviews. So you need to get people to review out in public, talk about what you've done. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully I haven't just completely blew your mind or bored you to death. I'm just trying to help out. So if you need anything, just get in touch with me. You can comment below or get in touch with me through Chase. So thanks a lot and have a great day. So you're probably asking yourself, why am I doing this? What's in it for me? Why am I giving you free information, right? Well, the easy answer is I just love to help businesses. The more information I give you, the more they grow. It makes me feel good. The second one is I know you're just too dang busy. Most local businesses I talk to are too busy running their business. They don't have the time, the knowledge, or the expertise to actually implement these things and help your business grow. And the third thing is I find customers this way. Believe it or not, I've found the more information I share and give away, the more people are drawn to me that need help in a bigger way. So someone eventually will say, hey, I like you. Will you do this for me? If that's you, great. If not, that's fine too. Like I said, I love helping you out. So hopefully you take what I've done, what I've given you already, run with it, take action today, and get some of it done. If you ever want some more information, that's easy too. Go to missionclassified.com/discovery. Fill out the information in detail. Tell me about your competitors. Tell me about your business strategies, your marketing strategies. I can dig a lot deeper in. I'll make another video for you, and then we can move on from there. So if that's something you're interested in, please do that. If not, like I said, it's not a big deal. Thanks for listening to me. I hope you have a great day.